This is a sensitive content warning. The following video has images and video that could be considered disturbing to pretty much anyone that has a heart. So, watch with caution. This is footage from the Human Rights Museum in Dallas, Texas. There are videos, images of concentration camps, the Holocaust, Jim Crow era, all of those things. So, proceed with caution.
Welcome to the channel of the Roving Vets.
I'm Bethany.
And I'm Rob.
And we also have a fur baby Maverick.
We have been living the full-time RV life since October of 2020.
We're also both Army veterans, which is why we chose the name the Roving Vets.
On this episode, I'm going to be at the Human Rights Museum in Dallas, Texas. So again, as I stated, watch with caution. Also, this video was filmed in July of 2023. I'm just now getting around to finding the footage.
And he finally gave in. Then he changed his mind and set out to recapture them. But God parted the Red Sea and the Hebrews marched to freedom.
The Hebrews camped at the foot of Mount Sinai. Moses climbed the holy mountain and he received God's commandment on 2 stone tablets.
So these are all pictures of people who survived the Holocaust, but these are pictures of them before the Holocaust. I will say it's interesting that they're trying to paint Christians as the ones who did all this.
Check out the diagram of them telling you what German is and what Jew is. Whoever was wearing this type of marking was considered a Jewish political prisoner. If you were this, you were a Jehovah's Witness prisoner. If you were wearing this one, it meant that you were a homosexual prisoner. I will tell you, as I went through this museum, I just couldn't help but think, how did the world know what was happening and no one stopped it? How? At one point in my life, I had watched literally every documentary on Netflix about the Holocaust. Why? Because I still will never understand. I guess just watching it all just made me think maybe I could figure out why. No, I've still never figured out why. Just blind hate, propaganda, pushed at you from every angle to where eventually what you're being told you believe hook, line, and sinker, and you just go along with it. It's exactly what happened. And yeah, Henry Ford, he supported Hitler, so Hitler supported him back.
Never did I realize how many concentration camps there were. You hear about the big ones, just like Auschwitz, but wow. We're talking about all the way even into Africa. Wow.
All you can do when you look at this map is look at propaganda. These people were literally fooled into thinking this was the right thing to do.
There was even one in Egypt. It's like 2 in Libya.
Wow. This is one of the types of whips that they would use on the Jewish people back in concentration camps. Anything on here that you need more time, just make sure you hit the pause button to read whatever you want. So this is a boxcar that is the first ever on display in any type of museum. It was given to Belgium after the First World War and then occupied right back from Germany during World War II.
I don't think I ever heard such nice words, or I ever will hear. I'm going to Auschwitz. For me to know that I'm going to Auschwitz.
I know it's hard to see, but that is a little bit bigger than my thigh. And that went around his waist.
Zyklon B is what they used in the gas chambers in 2 different concentration camps. This is what that looks like. Man, how eerie to see that in real life. What an absolutely eerie, bizarre feeling of just how when I saw this flag. Now, if this one doesn't fit America in 2024, now you might want to pause some of these coming up. One thing they did that I really liked was if there was some type of genocide in history, they included it in this museum. However, I did notice that the Uyghur population, the Muslim population in China in today's world is actively happening. They do not have an exhibit for that, which was so bizarre to me, seeing as how they're trying to shine a light on all this and why it was wrong. Well, it was wrong in every other time of history. It's wrong now. Isn't this so insane? How many people have died out of sheer hate, mostly from propaganda? Look at this. And now look at how skinny this little waistband, metal waistband is. Alright, so this Holocaust Civil Rights Museum, one thing I will say, you might want a jacket. I'm freezing. Thankfully they have this little terrace towards the top, but it's like at the end of the tour, so I'm absolutely freezing, but I'm going to stand out here and make my goosebumps go away for a minute, and then once I'm actually hot, then I'm going to go back in, because if not, then I'm going to freeze too soon. What a eerie museum. Very glad I came. Not done yet. I still have to do the Jim Crow part of the museum, but the crazy thing is we are still in 2023 allowing genocide. Still. It's currently happening in China in 2023 with the Uyghurs, the Muslim population. And nobody's batting an eye and nobody's doing anything about it. There's only so much I can say on social media. Alright, so now we're getting into the Jim Crow era, the slavery era, the American civil rights violations that happened in America. One thing I will say about this part of the museum is that this was just like a temporary thing. It was in the room where they change it up from time to time. I guess they just don't have enough space, and they like to try to rotate things out from time to time. But I really wish they could have kept this because, well, for one, this is American history, and this museum's in America. I just feel like, that would have been good, but I don't get to make those calls, I suppose. The Democrat Confederate leader, Nathan Bedford Forrest, was one who had a huge hand in starting the KKK. And crazy enough, the KKK was founded in a town in a county that bordered my hometown growing up. Needless to say, I mean, I'm a white girl, you can tell that, but I was even afraid as a child to go to that town just because of the history there. Now, in saying that, I mean, that's far past removed history. It's not a scary place anymore, but you just don't know those things as a child. If any of these catch your eye and you want to read them, just hit pause, because I'm just showing you them long enough to be able to hit pause. So this video is not just super mega long, but thought it was all important. Ida B. Wells had actually a huge hand in helping blacks get their common everyday rights. She had a huge hand in making sure that blacks were allowed the Second Amendment just like every other American. And she also helped a lot with the women's suffrage. One thing I'm going to say about this museum is you could, if you wanted, spend an entire day here. This American human rights violation wing of this museum in itself, you could probably spend half a day if you wanted to read everything. Now, whenever I go through museums now that I do YouTube, typically I'll read a lot of it while I'm there, but I know I don't have time to read everything, so then I'll also take pictures and videos of everything so I can go actually finish the museum later. I went straight to the airport, so this is the cost. And I did suggest that they add a Muslim genocide area for China in this museum, so maybe they will. I mean, they might not, but it would be nice if they would include all genocide, especially since this genocide is actively happening to this day in 2024. Anyway, I am going to let you read through the rest of these that you want to read through, and just kind of a reminder, I did take this trip July of 2023, but misplaced the footage, so that is why I'm just now posting it. So the next episode we will be again back in Quartzsite, following with where we have been like within the last few weeks. Alright, anyway, I'm going to let you finish this out, and until next time.